Would ya look at the time? It is time for another video. Good day to you, my fellow adventurers, throughout time and space. It is I, the Cowardly Time Lord, welcoming you to another LEGO review video. Now, I did get a comment on the last video, but I got a comment about the last video on Discord that my voice was too American. Now, I am not American, if you did not know. So, instead, upon their request, I am speaking more proper. Yes, don't expect this to last. This is only for this video, so if it annoys you to all heck, I will go back to talking how I normally do in videos, which, to be fair, might change up from video to video. But, here we are, where I finish out my collection of The Hobbit. And also this Lord of the Rings set here, which will now be carted away because I didn't actually build it. In fact, you see the price I paid for it at local shop. But I just wanted to show that I do in fact now have Gandalf Arrives, which really means of full-size LEGO sets from the whole Lord of the Rings line. I have 2 remaining. Yes. So, just noticed that. That's interesting. Anyways, I just noticed that goblin has grey hands, whereas the other goblins have brown hands. Anyways, let's, before I forget, go through Thorin's company, shall we? So, of course, I've got 2 Thorins out here. I don't have the 3rd Thorin because he got damaged. So, we've got Thorin, Beefer, Oin, Gloin, Bomber, Bofer, Keely, Feely, Balin, Dwalin, Dory, Nori, and Ori. Yes, I practiced that and everything, but yes, there they are. And yes, I wanted to show off the Balin, Dwalin, Keely and Feely from the other Hobbit sets compared to how they appear in the big Battle of the Lonely Mountain with Smaug. Anyways, let's review the Goblin King Battle here. A lot of loose parts. That's gonna be one thing I gotta say. You can pop the ladder down, cause the extendo bridge to collapse. The Goblin Scribe can go around, be raised and lowered. Uh-oh. There he is. Goblin Scribe. Some writing on the page there. Also, an overwhelming amount of stickers and a lot of brown pieces. Back in the age where brown pieces were extremely fragile. It was not a fun building process for those reasons. Yeah. In fact, a piece broke before I got a chance to record this, and also one of my cats has been walking around here, so if there's any damage, that's why, and some boxes fell. I was able to recover some pieces that went missing because of the cats. I was going to record this video about a week ago, but then I got sick again, which is lovely. Anyways, here we have the Goblin King, the big fat Goblin King with his goblin-y, kingy, staffy thing. His mace of ultimate goblin power. Then, of course, we have Gandalf here to battle the mighty Goblin King. And, there is this, which is a little cage, which you can put one of the dwarves in. Now, push this out, and there's a little treasure underneath the throne. Oh, yeah, and this is to launch the cage. Yay! Yeah, the Goblin Throne is whatever. There's a spinny wheel. It's fun to spin. Doesn't really do anything, but it's look cool. And then a little catapult. Goblins. So now they go pushed way out of the way. There's also this little torch, which is actually what broke. Well, it wasn't what broke. Owen's staff broke, and so I took the candlestick off the... Yep. Because I was trying to see if I could reposition Owen's arms at all. But, again, brown pieces from that time period are extraordinarily fragile. So, nope, Owen is stuck forever in that position. I feel like there's a joke somewhere in there about old people, but... Anyways, let's get all these dwarves out of the way. That's not our focus. It was just me recounting Thorne's company. Of course, we have this pile of gold with a sword in a goblet. And also there's something hidden within the pile of gold. Jewels beyond reckoning. Smaug. And while we're on the topic of Smaug, let me bring up the dragon from the last set I reviewed, which is now my most viewed video, my last video, the Dungeons and Dragons video. I hope this video can even acclaim some of that glory. Let's go over what I consider to be better and worse about these. Well, obviously, I actually prefer the molded pieces, because they can be quite strong, a little bit stronger. The way Smaug's wings fold, brilliant. Mouth movement, good, and guaranteed not to fall off. This dragon has balance issues, and also succumbs to its own weight. I actually really like the fabric wings, though. But I also don't mind the soft plastic wings. Those are awesome as well. Overall posability, of course, has to go to this dragon. But it sacrifices balance and actually being able to hold up under its own weight. Smaug has nowhere near the posability, and is made out of a much more fragile Lego color, I will admit, which makes me nervous to play with him, whereas this dragon's made out of buildable parts, so if he does get damaged, it's easy to replace them, which is good, considering he fell off the table a couple of times and got a little damaged. So, I just wanted to compare giant red Lego dragons there. Will hopefully go nicely together, and when I get a proper space to display them and stuff. But yes, I'm going to give it to Smaug here. There's just much easier playability factor with him, other than the fact that he's made out of a fragile Lego color, which is not his fault. It's the fault of whoever didn't realize that certain colors make the dye incredibly weak. Anyways, let's get on to the set itself here. Now, it's attached nicely so that you can easily separate it into two builds if you want to, or have the whole build together like you see here. This little bit of gold can flip up, which means you can launch a figure. I think that's what it's supposed to be. This catapult can fire all these gold bits. This part is actually very well designed with the lowering and raising of all the gold, and you can ferry it back and forth. Got a nice little blacksmithing area. Let's get the figures out front so I can show them off a bit better. Which is Keely, Feely, Balin, and Wallen. Yes. I added the little red thing to the top of Balin's mace there because I thought it looked better. It looked weird with only one side not being covered in the red, which also kind of makes it look like a giant ice cream rather than a mace, but let's ignore that. And then, of course, Bilbo Baggins. Yes. Well, so that's actually not the Arkenstone piece in its full entirety up on the throne, because luckily it provides an extra of the actual printed piece for the Arkenstone. So the Arkenstone is actually in here. Take it out. No, I'm not going to take it off of there. But just trust me, it's the same thing. It's supposed to be on this little crystal piece when you put it on the throne, but yeah, I can't seem to get it out of there. The interior area is too small. Oh, and the door, it opens. As all good doors should. So, yeah. Oh, and the throne area of the set itself. What play features doth it hide? Yep, the staircase just pops right off. Which is a decent play feature, I'm not actually gonna lie. It's overall, I think it's a really good set. And by the looks of things, you could connect it. No, well, I don't know. But yeah, it's got connection points over on this side, so you could connect it up to something else if that's so what you chose. Overall, really good set. Both of these are really good sets, other than the fact that they have a lot of fragile colors mixed in. These golden pieces, equally as fragile. You can really see it on the gold pile, that these gold pieces are breaking, broken. Oh, that one's fine. Breaking. Oh, and look, another fine one. The point is, it's more broken than not. Yes, brown, gold, and dark red, and dark blue. Those colors used to be extraordinarily fragile, and you can really see some of that on display in these sets. I would hope that the Smaug figure would be quite strong considering the size of the molds. I know that are used to make it, but I know simply that not to be the case, because I also built the Sandcrawler from around this time, which the big UCS Sandcrawler. Nasty, nasty bit of business, that. So, I hope you've overall enjoyed this review video that has taken far, far too long to come out. Anyways, this looks like a good place to end off for today's video. So, this is the Cowardly Time Lord signing off and saying, have a good day, or whatever time it is, wherever you are. Bye-bye now.